What's up, Samurai? We are back again with some more Genshin Impact, and I'm sorry about the reverb, okay? I'm trying to soundproof my room, but I don't even know if I'll be able to 100% get rid of it. But either way, today we're going to be talking about Yaoyao, the new 4-star polearm Dendro character who is from Yuegui. Just a heads up, you will be able to get Yaoyao for free during the Lantern Rite Festival event. So there's going to be multiple 4-star characters that we'll be able to select from, with Yaoyao being one of them. Yaoyao is also going to end up taking the the Dendro hypostasis resources, but for anyone that wants the Ascension card, there it is. You can just download it with a link in the description, or just take a simple screenshot of, that right there. The point is that you can end up getting everything prepared for her. However, she does also take Scaramouche resources, which I think is very inappropriate. I think that just because she's a new character doesn't mean that she shouldn't just take boss materials from Ajdahar or something else. But anyways, let's move on to her elemental skill, Sky Cluster. So it calls upon a Yuegui throwing mode, a special device created by a certain adeptus to help Yaoyao solve her problems. The skill can be used differently in holding mode. So in holding mode, it enters aiming mode to adjust the throw direction. So as far as I know, you throw this little guy down and then he does various effects. So Yuegui throwing mode throws out white jade radishes that will explode upon hitting characters or opponents, which will deal Dendro damage to opponents within a certain area of effect and heal characters within the same area of effect based on Yaoyao's max HP. So if a radish does not hit either an opponent or a character, the radish will remain where it is and explode after a short duration. Yuegui throwing mode will choose its radish throw targets based on the following criteria. So if all nearby characters have more than 70% HP, it will automatically target opponents. But if any of your party members are 70% HP or lower, it will prioritize healing the character with the lowest amount of health percentage. Yuegui will throw white radishes at characters even if they have more than 70% HP if there are no enemies nearby. A maximum of 2 instances of Yuegui throwing mode can exist at any one time. Her ultimate ability, Moonjade Descent, calls upon Yuegui throwing mode, a special device created. Okay, why does it say the same description? I think that this is wrong. Okay, sorry, I had to just randomly Google it, but I did seem to find it. So at the adjoining of a certain adeptus, Yuegui's full potential can be unleashed in an emergency, causing it to enter an, in some sense, invincible Adeptal Legacy state, dealing Dendro damage to nearby opponents. So in Adeptal Legacy, white jade radishes generated will be changed to heal and deal damage according to this skill. Explosions will heal all nearby party members, and the Dendro damage that they deal will be viewed as elemental burst damage. Summons Yuegui jumping mode at intervals until their limit has been reached. The radish throwing behavior of this version of Yuegui is the same as that of Yuegui's elemental skill, and a maximum of 3 Yuegui in jumping mode can exist at a time. And then another ability, which is when white jade radishes explode, they will heal all nearby party members, and the Dendro damage they deal is viewed as elemental burst damage, and Yaoyao's movement speed and Dendro damage will also be increased. Now, if Yaoyao is off the field, she will no longer summon Yuegui jumping mode, and each Yuegui jumping mode lasts for 5 seconds, and the Adeptal Legacy state lasts for 20 seconds total. Currently, the cooldown is 19 seconds. So her passive skills makes it so that when Yaoyao is in the party, your characters will no longer startle crystal flies and so on and so forth. While affected by the Adeptal Legacy state caused by Moonjade Descent, Yaoyao will constantly throw white jade radishes at nearby opponents when she is sprinting, jumping, or running. She can throw 1 jade white radish this way once every 0.6 seconds. So kind of similar to the Yelan, where you want to be dashing around a lot, especially because it's going to end up increasing her movement speed. When white jade radishes explode, active characters within their area of effect will regain HP every 1 second based on 0.8% of Yaoyao's max HP, and the effect will last for 5 seconds total. Now moving on to her constellations, her C1. When white jade radish explodes, active characters within their area of effect will gain 15% Dendro damage bonus for 8 seconds and have 15 stamina restored to them. This form of stamina restoration can only be triggered once every 5 seconds. Her C2, while affected by the Adeptal Legacy state caused by Moonjade Descent, her ultimate, if White Jade Radish explosions damage opponents, 3 energy will be restored to Yaoyao. This form of energy regeneration can only occur once every 0.8 seconds. Her C3 makes it so that her E ability ends up gaining an additional 3 levels, and her C4 makes it so that after using her ultimate ability or her E ability, Yaoyao's elemental mastery will be increased based on 0.3% of her max HP for 8 seconds. The maximum elements or energy she can gain in this manner is 120. And then her C5 makes her ultimate gain 3 additional levels, and then her C6, for every 2 White Jade Radishes Yuegui throwing mode throws out, it will also throw out a Mega Radish that will have a larger area of effect than the standard White Jade Radish and has the following effects upon exploding. Deals area of effect Dendro damage based on 75% of Yaoyao's attack and restores HP for the active character based on 7.5% of Yaoyao's max HP. Every Yuegui throwing mode can throw out a maximum of 2 Mega Radishes. So based on her C6, that's where you could swap her into damage versus using her as a healer. Now, the fact that she's going to be a polearm character means that we've got like tons and tons of different options that you could use for her. Generally speaking, though, I would probably just use energy regen on her just because of the fact that she's going to end up being a pretty decent 4-star healer by the sounds of things. And, you know, or just generally go for like as much HP or as much energy recharge as possible. Now, for the artifact set, again, I would just be going for the maximum amount of HP that you possibly can. And I would more than likely be using the Maiden's set just because of the fact that it's got the healing bonus. Maybe a combination of using the Maiden set with a Dendro set, you know, 2-piece Dendro, 2-piece Maiden. I don't know, up to you. But for the Sands, I would probably end up using energy recharge or max health, probably just max health. For the Goblet, depending if you want to deal damage with her, you would use Dendro damage or max health. And then for her hat, you could end up just doing crit damage, crit rate, or again, max health, or just, again, you could be focusing on the healing as much as possible with any of this stuff. For prioritizing stats, I would more than likely just be going for HP on her, and energy regen and elemental mastery. Or if you want to actually actively use her on the field, you would be going for damage stats at the primary with max health being the secondary. But that's entirely dependent on how you're planning on playing her. Now, as far as her skills are concerned, I would not prioritize her base attack because, frankly speaking, I would not be using her for her base attack. I would probably prioritize her E, her ult, and then her normal attack. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. So if you ended up enjoying today's video, smash like, stuff for more, buy the merch you want to support the channel, and have a wonderful day, everybody.